Good morning. We'd like to call the regular board meeting of the Blinn Board of Trustees to order. It is 10 a.m. The Texas Government Code permits this Board of Trustees to meet in a closed executive session for the following reasons, among others: to consult with the college district's attorneys on matters deemed privileged by the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct or Government Code 551.071, to deliberate regarding real property under 551.072, a prospective gift under 551.073, certain personnel matters under 551.074, security devices or security audits under 551.076, and economic development negotiations under 551.087. If the board meets in closed session, we will announce the particular section under which we will be doing so prior to initiating the closed portion of the meeting. This morning, we are pleased to have Lily Webster with us today. Lily is a sophomore at Blinn College, majoring in business. She graduated from Dulles High School in Sugar Land, Texas, where she played volleyball, served as captain of the golf team, and was an active member of the First Colony Church of Christ student ministry. Lily is currently a member of the Blinn women's golf team and is grateful for the opportunity to represent Blinn while competing in the sport she has always loved, alongside dedicated coaches and supportive teammates. Lily is going to lead us in the invocation and the pledges this morning. Would you please stand?
Dear Heavenly Father, we take this time to recognize your glory and power and all the goodness you have provided us. Thank you for the opportunity to meet today. We ask for your guidance, wisdom, support in this meeting. Please guide our hearts and minds so that we can work for the good of our Blinn community and help all students, staff, faculty, alumni, and friends of Blinn College. In all that we do, let us glorify your kingdom. We ask these things in your name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We have had no one sign up for public comment, so we will go directly into reports. First, we have Dr. Hensley's Chancellor's Administrative Report.
Happy New Year, everyone. How nice it is to see a full house this morning as well. Trustees, heads up, I do have a lengthy report this morning. You can probably guess that by the number of people in the room joining us. Special shout out and hello to Dr. April Kincaid, who now sits at the podium by herself instead of having Dr. Brasicki there at her side. Congratulations on your first Blinn board meeting, your first official one. As Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, we're proud of you. Well, let's start off with my report, and I'd like to begin with facilities, please. At the Central Plant, upgrades to the Brenham Campus Central Plant continue to move forward as planned. The flushing of the new piping system to remove construction debris and contaminants has been completed. Installation of the screen wall, the brick, and the limestone facade, they're expected to be completed later this month. In addition, the Facilities Department is coordinating with the campus executive dean, Myron Dipple, and the affected departments regarding potential utility shutdowns required to accommodate the new utility connections and the equipment installations. The permanent transition to the new chillers and pumps is scheduled for mid-February. Keep your fingers crossed because we're doing this in the middle of winter. And the project remains on track for completion in September of 2026. And now on to the Waller Workforce and Technical Education Complex. The landlord has completed the erection of the structural steel, and the installation of the exterior metal facade is in progress. The parking lot and the driveway surrounding the building were poured earlier this month, and the interior wall framing, along with preliminary mechanical and electrical rough ends, has begun. The contractor remains on track to have this building dried in by early February. Trustees, this project continues to be scheduled for completion in May, and we do plan to start having classes there this summer. And continuing in Waller, at the Waller campus, construction is scheduled to begin this month, pending final approval of Blinn's permits. The architect and construction manager at risk continue to coordinate construction materials and building systems, while the design team is working closely with the Texas Department of Transportation and the City of Waller to finalize permitting requirements. Preliminary discussions related to furniture, fixtures, and equipment also are now underway. This facility remains on schedule to open. Very excited for the fall 2027 semester. And now to some of our guests. Trustees, the Blinn College Foundation recently received a $25,000 grant from Comcast to support Blinn's esports program on the Rellis campus. We are joined today by Mr. Nicholas Jimenez, Comcast General Market Manager for Bryan College Station, and 4 additional members of his team who are here to formally present this grant. We are also joined today by Max Hibbs, Executive Dean for the Waller campus, and one of the founders of Blinn's esports program. Kyle Merton, Blinn's head esports coach, and Ryan Lusich, Assistant esports coach, as well as some of the members of the esports team who are here today to share their appreciation. This grant is being presented today, and it will be used to upgrade the high-end computers on the competition stage at the Rellis Esports Arena. As you know, trustees, Blinn's esports program competes in both the NJCAA and the National Association of Collegiate Esports, and we have earned three national championships since our founding in 2020. The equipment made possible through Comcast support will help ensure that Blinn students remain competitive at the highest level of collegiate esports. At this time, I would like to invite Mr. Jimenez to the podium to address the board, followed by remarks from Executive Dean Max Hibbs and a photo with the board. Mr. Jimenez.
Good morning, Chancellor. Good morning, trustees. It's a beautiful day to be at Blinn College and to spend some time with all of you. I appreciate you having me here. I also want to thank Vice Chancellor Schubert, who's been a wonderful partner, and Mr. Bray over at the Rellis campus, and the entire team, who have been absolutely fantastic to work with. I get to represent Comcast today in something that I think is just incredibly exciting. This wildly successful esports team is something that we're proud to support, that we think aligns very closely with Comcast's vision for connectivity and for success in the digital economy. So in case anybody isn't familiar with Comcast, Fortune 30 company, Comcast NBC Universal, provides internet, mobile phone, home security, all of those services for residents as well as for businesses under the Comcast business brand. But as I was sharing with the esports team, we are in esports as well. We have an esports team based in Korea that's also been very successful in the Overwatch League. So for me, when we think about supporting the esports arena and the esports team, it's about more than just providing a great experience for these students, but about developing this next generation of individual that's contributing to our digital economy. When you look at the statistics, we're in 2026 already. By 2029, the esports industry is going to be worth over $5.5 billion globally. This is an incredible industry, and the students who participate in this program gain skills that companies like Comcast want on our team. And so for us, just really proud to be here. For me, a little bit of a personal touch. I love what Blinn is doing. I love hearing about what's going on at Rellis, what's going on here at Brenham, and the expansion into Waller. And I can't help but think about what my company is doing. Xfinity expanded into Waller just a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. We're actively expanding into Bryan College Station, and we'll be expanding into Brenham later this year. So I think there's a little bit of synergy between our organizations. I'm very excited to present this $25,000 grant to support the Xfinity Mobile Esports Arena at Blinn Rellis, and for everything to come in the future. So thank you again for having me.
Mr. Emanis, thank you so very much. We're so excited to partner with you. And Executive Dean Max Hibbs, do you want to come forward and please make some introductions and comments and invite others to speak as you desire?
Thank you, Dr. Hensley. We're enormously grateful for the generous gift from Comcast, and want to also say that the commitment you've had to bring this forward and carry it out and get it done is just wonderful, and all of the coaches and the teams are very appreciative of that. I do want to go on record of making sure that Comcast knows that at our new Waller campus, which will open the fall of 2027, and you saw a rendering of that building, there will be an esports arena in it. So maybe we can partner again. Thank you.
Thank you. And Max, would you like to introduce people with you today, please?
My apologies, yes.
And have them stand. Please stand as he introduces
Kyle
you and
Murtaugh.
remain standing.
Kyle is our esports manager and head coach, and he offices here in Brenham. And Ryan Lukic is the esports coach on the Rellis campus. Pat Daly was not available today to be here, but he is the coach on the Bryan campus. And I'm going to ask, thank you.
Coach.
He's going to introduce the students.
Yeah, so first and foremost, thank you everybody for having us. Thank you, Dr. Hensley, and then thank you Comcast, of course, for this grant. It means a lot to us and then our students. And then once I call y'all can stand up. So we have Jose and Charles, they're from our Overwatch team. We have Gage from our Super Smash Brothers team. And then we have Milad and Brian from our Valorant team.
Well, I thank you so much. You know, I just have to say this. I go to almost all of our sports events, as many as I possibly can. And when I watch esports, it's entirely different from the other ones. They have headphones on, and they're in front of this gigantic screen about the size of that one. And they are focused, and you could just walk around and jump and holler and scream and sing songs, and they would never know that you're there. It's very exciting. It's very different. If you have not watched one of their competitions, I encourage you just to kind of be in the arena with them. It's dark. It has lights going on. They're intensely focused. Look at the picture here. It's just intensely focused on what's happening, but very, very excited. Well, I wonder before you leave, could we have everybody come forward? And Chair Binky, if you'll come to the front with me, we'd like to take a photo and put it out there for the world to see how proud we are of the gift that Comcast has given us today. Thank you.
Count to 3. And 1, 2, 3. And just one more time. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thanks.
Not so professional. No, I can you use her phone and let her be in the picture? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Mary. appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, and I will count to 3, and 1, 2, 3. And just one more time. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Appreciate you so much.
Guys, so proud of you. So Mr. Jimenez and Comcast, I recall that you said that you have a team in Korea. And so, trustees, if you see a travel request come through, thank you again. We appreciate you all. Thank you so very much. Trustees, I'm just going to transition from this mic back to my mic in a moment, but in doing so, I would like to go ahead and bring forward our next group. Trustees, it's a pleasure to be joined today by Dean for Academic Affairs, Dr. Michelle McGehee. She has joined us to share an update regarding our wonderful Future Works Academy. This employment development program is now in our 10th year. We recently expanded it by great request from participants to have a new advanced session called Future Works 2.0. Dr. McGehee, I'd like to ask if you would come forward and your team, and if you'll introduce them, share a little bit about the program with our trustees, and then introduce everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hensley, for the kind introduction and the ongoing support of this leadership program. Chair Benke, members of the board, Chancellor Hensley, I'm excited to be here today to present the Future Works Academy and to introduce you to the Class 10 Academy members. According to Alan Robinson and Dean Schrader in the Idea-Driven Organization, 80% of the opportunity for organizational improvement is in the knowledge and innovations of frontline employees. Therefore, the adopted motto of the Leadership Academy is leading and innovating from every chair in the room. The program develops and enhances the leadership skills of each participant, no matter their position at the college. These skills are then applied in the development and implementation of innovative projects that benefit the Blinn College District, our students, faculty, and staff. Interested employees begin the application process during the spring semester prior to the start of the next FutureWorks class. The program selects up to 20 participants that meet monthly beginning in September, with final project presentations to members of the Executive Council and graduation occurring in April the following year. Our co-facilitators, Chris Mars, Executive Dean of the Rellis Campus, who unfortunately could not be with us today, and Dr. Rachel Gallardo, Department Head from Social Sciences, provide some of the training for the program. We are also supported by our in-house senior fellows with specific expertise, such as John Rice, who is our academic technology person, and also others who facilitate sessions throughout the year and support the FutureWorks leadership team. The curriculum includes a variety of topics. Participants first identify their own strengths and leadership styles, and then participate in sessions that focus on communication, creativity, visioning, and team building. By intentional design, the program first develops the foundations for project development within the application process itself by soliciting ideas for projects. Throughout the curriculum, fellows apply their strengths and leadership skills, organize into teams, further refine their project proposals, and then finally present to the Executive Council. Some of the FutureWorks previous projects that have been implemented with great success for our college community have included online eCampus orientation for our students, professional learning communities for our faculty and staff, registration that's early for our veterans, the Hub, which is a network of student support services and a communication plan for those students who utilize these services, and Blinn Complete, which is a program that's aimed at students with 45 semester credit hours that reaches out to them and encourages them to complete their degree and to graduate. The Class 10 members are super excited to present their projects to the Executive Council in April. So with me today, I have members of the leadership team for our FutureWorks and also the Class 10 members. If you all would identify yourselves, stand, wave your hand as I call your names. We have Dr. Rachel Gallardo. We have John Rice in Academic Technology. Clint Burton, Vice Chancellor for Business and Finance and CFO from the Brenham campus. We have Rolando Castillo, Residence Hall Director from the Brenham campus. Brad Meyer, Librarian from the Bryan campus. Emily Montero, English Department Head from the Rellis campus. Molly Pfeiffer, Academic Services Coordinator from the Bryan campus. Cody Rose, Business Faculty from Bryan. Nina Stanley, Science Lab Coordinator from Rellis. Chelsea Steele, Budget Coordinator from Brenham. BJ Williams, Title IX and Student Conduct Specialist from Brenham. Sun Mun Yu, English Faculty from Bryan. And Katie Zimmelzak, English Faculty from Brenham. So I present to you members of the Future Academy Class 10. We thank you very much for your time today and continued support of the program, and I'll now stand for any questions about the program.
I have been to one of the presentations. It is intense, the ideas that the participants come up with, that it's all driven from the participants is such a wonderful thing. And we appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the participants who take time and for everybody who helps to put the program on. We've seen some wonderful programs, and I think Blinn truly benefits. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair Benke. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Michelle. Can you go back to the slide? And I think Trustee Ehlert, did you want to say something first? Oh, go, of course. Thank you.
How does one get chosen? How does one get chosen for the program?
Thank you for that. So the process, is this the slide you were referring to, Dr. Hensley? The one with the pretty colorful blocks? The participants apply through there's an actual application process. They identify in that application a project from their perspective, from their seat at the college, that would benefit the college community in some way or fashion. They have a supervisor has to sign off because it is a commitment in the month. So each month that they are meeting, it's an entire Friday afternoon that they are committed to this. And then as we get closer to the projects being presented in the April meeting, they actually meet a few more times to enhance their skills on those presentation. So they go through that application process, and then they start with support of their supervisor that next September, and then move through. And they start with Camp Allen, which is usually hot in September.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you mention what 2.0 is and a little bit about that?
Yes, ma'am. So FutureWorks 2.0 is born out of additional conversations that the participants from 1.0 in those previous classes were so excited and felt that it was so beneficial for them in 1.0 that they wanted something additional. And so FutureWorks 2.0 was born from that. And FutureWorks 2.0 focuses on kind of fine-tuning some additional leadership skills and some of their strengths. And so they actually work through it's the 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace, which is the most common book that people will think about is the 5 love languages, except these are appropriate for the workplace. And so they go through each of those 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace, and so they're further developed out. They come together. It's a 1 semester long cohort, and we will be accepting applications. We're going to send those out probably in March for the next cohort, which will be fall.
Michelle, we've had roughly about 20 participants each year.
Yes, ma'am.
This is our 10th year.
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe around 200 participants so far. Did you have a question or comment?
Oop, let me turn that on. Haven't we had some of these that went on and we presented on them at the national level? I'm thinking that online, because I mean, that's impressive.
The online student registration was a piece of our most recent presentations this past fall with our our comprehensive quality online assurance program. And so that was the piece that helped students become prepared for the online class by giving them a low stakes orientation. They had to learn how to use our learning management system. And then once they were into the course, then of course they already knew how to use the learning management system. And so they weren't trying to figure out that particular system while they were trying to get good grades in their course. So yes, these projects have been implemented. The others, the Hub, Blinn Complete, all of these professional learning communities, they are active every other week, every other Friday they're active. So each of these programs is still active. And I think you'll be excited in the executive council, the one in April, about what's coming forward as well.
Which is where I was going to begin. Can you go back to the slide that lists the 5 projects?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to help the board understand how the fingering of this reaches out to so many. So as you know, Dr. Joyce Landonegger and I started this program in 2016. And FutureWorks itself, the creation of it, has been presented at ACCT and AACC, as well as it is a Bellwether recognized award winner. And one of the things that each FutureWorks group does is to come up with a project that they can recommend that perhaps Blinn institution can incorporate. And so these are 5 that we're looking at right now that are actively involved. And I wanted to call attention to the online in-campus orientation, which we have then taken that project and submitted it for Bellwether consideration as well as for national presentations. So we are kind of just birthing new programs that are coming from the rank and file of faculty staff and their great ideas that are being incorporated within Blinn, being showcased within Texas, and then being showcased nationally. And then when that next group comes in, they come up with another kind of a program. I wanted to just touch on maybe the 2 bookends of this one. The Blinn Complete, we implemented that one, and I absolutely am so thrilled about this one. This one focuses on students who have 45 hours of Blinn coursework, but they have not gotten across that threshold of completion yet and the transfer. So this is an effort at Blinn that's focusing on those students who are at the 45-hour point and really trying to get them through completion and transfer. These are exciting programs. I want to thank our faculty and staff across the board who have made these things come to fruition. There are your ideas, not the board's and not mine. And you know what works within an institution, and your input has been so valuable. And I can't wait to see what FutureWorks is going to present this year. And I often tell them, well, we have a 1.0 and a 2.0, so probably we'll be hearing about a 3.0 soon. Chris Mars is not here today, but I'd like for Rachel to stand. Rachel Gallardo, one faculty member, fabulous leader for the FutureWorks program. She and Chris take on kind of a throughout the semester hands-on approach to leading each of these programs. And Michelle has just hit the ground running since Dr. Landonegger has retired and has done a magnificent job. And I have no doubt that we'll see you all in future conferences and presentations within Texas and within the United States. And who knows, maybe Korea one day. Thank you, Dr. McGehee. And I wonder, it's going to be tight, and I know we have to move a couple of chairs to have one of our participants come forward, but I would very much like to get a group photo if we could once again. If you could come forward, everyone, and trustees. You come here with me, and then we'll tighten up behind.
just one more time. 1, 2, 3. Thanks.
Trustees, we're joined today by two employees who have dedicated a combined 39 years of service to Blinn College and to our students. First, I would like to recognize Jackie Schrader, who has announced her retirement after 18 years of service to Blinn College and our students. Jackie, won't you step forward, please? Good morning. Jackie began her career at Blinn in 2008 when she was hired as a part-time certified nurse aide instructor. In 2015, she became a full-time workforce education instructor. Jay Anderson, Vice Chancellor for Applied Sciences, Workforce, and Economic Development, said the following, and I quote, "Jackie Schrader's distinguished tenure at Blinn College reflects an exceptional record of professional excellence, leadership, and service to the institution and the broader community. Since coming to Blinn, Mrs. Schrader has made substantial and lasting contributions to workforce education, elevating the quality and the impact of Blinn's training initiatives. Her leadership in delivering medical assistant certification courses has been especially noteworthy, significantly expanding community access to essential lifelong and life-saving skills, and reinforcing Blinn College's mission to advance community-featured workforce development. Throughout her service, Mrs. Schrader has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to academic rigor, student success, and the highest standards of instructional practices. Her guidance has shaped the careers of numerous students who now serve in vital healthcare roles across our region. Colleagues and learners alike regard her as a model of professionalism, integrity, and dedication to the advancement of the health sciences. As Mrs. Schrader concludes her tenure, our division extends its sincere appreciation for her exemplary service and the remarkable impact she has made on Blinn's workforce programs. Her absence will be deeply felt, yet her legacy will continue to strengthen the institution and our community for years to come. Marshall Ridge, Dean for Applied Technology, Workforce, and Economic Development, said the following, and I quote, "Jackie Schrader's career at Blinn College reflects a deep commitment to student success, workforce excellence, and service to our community. From her early days as a part-time instructor to her leadership as a full-time workforce educator, Jackie has played a vital role in shaping Blinn's healthcare training programs and preparing students for meaningful careers. Her dedication, professionalism, and genuine care for her students have left a lasting mark on our division and on the countless ways she has helped so many individuals along the way. We are grateful for her many years of service and wish her a well-earned and fulfilling retirement." And then from Cody Stetler, Assistant Dean for Applied Technology, Workforce, and Economic Development. He said, "Mrs. Schrader has been the driving force behind our non-credit healthcare programs. Her vision and leadership have laid the foundation for a thriving educational environment that prepares students for successful careers in healthcare. The mornings will be different at the Hody Center without her greeting of 'Good morning, Assistant Dean.' I will miss her coming into my office with her legal pad filled with to-do items and a number 2 pencil to cross them off, and her polite way of entering a conversation by raising her hand and waiting to be called on. I would always tell her that she did not have to raise her hand, but she would smile and say, "That's from all those years in Catholic school." The countless hours she has spent mentoring, teaching, and supporting our students have not gone unnoticed. Mrs. Schrader embodies the spirit of education. She has always placed her students' success at the forefront of her mission. She has inspired them to excel, not just academically, but also as compassionate healthcare professionals. May her retirement be filled with happiness, health, and new adventures. Jackie, thank you for all that you have done for our Blinn students for these past 18 years. We are going to miss you, and I know our trustees would like to have the opportunity to thank you as well. Trustees. Thank you. And Jackie and Chair Binky, if you'll come forward. Well, Jackie, now is your moment. Are there people here with you who you would like to introduce? We'll have them come up in just a moment. And is there anything that you would like to say upon your retirement from Blinn?
Just thank you so much for this opportunity. I've certainly enjoyed it, and I've always had great coworkers to help me be successful and to help the students.
And do you have anyone with you today that you'd like to introduce?
Yes, I have coworkers, Becky Krebs, Monica, Marshall Rich, Cody Stelter. Yes.
All right, we're going to take a picture with all of you in just a moment. We thank you for coming, but let's first have Chair Binky have an opportunity to wish you as well.
We congratulate you on a wonderful tenure at Blinn. What I was most impressed with is that providing the compassion and helping others to see that that is just a valuable trait to have in healthcare. I cannot imagine the ripple effect of your influence on many every single day. I hope that you can rest assured that you've done a wonderful job. Thank you.
And Chair Binky has a memento for you.
This is a watch and a certificate to commemorate your time with Blinn, and we appreciate all you've done.
Well, congratulations again, and now it's photo time. So we'll take a photo with us, and then we'd like for all of her loved ones and friends and colleagues to come forward, and we'll take a joint picture together in honor of her retirement.
All right, and I'll count to 3, and 1, 2, 3. And just one more time. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll count to 3, and 1, 2, 3. And one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Trustees, our second retiree today is Harriet McElrath. Harriet, won't you come forward and join us? I'm so glad you could be here with us this morning. Trustees, Harriet was originally hired at Blinn as a programmer in 1991. After 3 years with Blinn, she left the college to move out of state with her husband, Lance, who is a former Blinn baseball coach. Harriet and Lance moved back to Brenham, and Harriet was rehired at Blinn in 2008. Christine Weed, Administrative Computing Services Director, said the following, and I quote, Harriet's impact on Blinn College extends far beyond the systems she supported and the code she wrote. She brought deep institutional knowledge, a steady presence, and a genuine commitment to service, benefiting countless colleagues and students over the years. Harriet was someone our team could always rely on for thoughtful solutions and quiet leadership. Her dedication and professionalism have left a lasting mark on the college, and she will be greatly missed. Harriet particularly supported the staff in Blinn's finance division. Vicki Ward, Assistant Vice Chancellor for Business and Finance, said the following, and I quote, "I'm very fortunate to know and work with Harriet for over 8 years now. Harriet is always someone I can count on for small and large issues. She eagerly jumps in, ready to get to work to benefit any and all college processes. I always feel confident and calm, knowing I have Harriet working alongside me. Harriet is a true asset to Blinn and everyone she meets." And Carol Hudson, controller, said the following, and I quote, "Harriet quickly earned my respect as one of the most knowledgeable, talented, optimistic, and helpful people I have worked with in my career. It has been my pleasure to work with Harriet on a daily basis, discussing and implementing projects to improve business, office, and finance processes for our employees and students. Harriet is a customer service superstar. She goes above and beyond to help with any problems she encounters. She persistently sticks with a problem until it is resolved. She's always upbeat and positive, offering kind words and encouragement no matter how difficult the problem or discouraging the situation. I will miss working with Harriet every day, but I am thankful for the years we have been able to work together and wish her the very best in all of her plans." Harriet, thank you. 21 years at Blinn College. We are going to miss you tremendously. And I have a feeling that if you are retired and with your experience in the tech industry, that Comcast and others will be seeking you out quickly. On behalf of the entire Blinn administration, faculty, and staff, and all of our trustees, we thank you and we wish you Godspeed and blessings for your future endeavors. And I know the trustees would like to have an opportunity to shake your hand and thank you as well, Harriet. Come on over, and I know that Chair Binky would like to have the opportunity to share some words with you.
I think I've only known you about 15 years. I fell in love with your boys in the classroom and got to meet you as a parent. But you have always exuded this confidence, this intellect, this positiveness that just always was so welcoming that I have enjoyed our friendship all this time. We wish you all the best. And Blinn has certainly benefited from your mind and your talent and your positive energy and your quiet leadership. It's been wonderful. We're sad to see you go. I have a certificate and a watch to commemorate.
Well, Harriet, thank you so much for all of your years again. And do you have any friends or colleagues or loved ones with you today that you would like to introduce? And also, do you have any words that you would like to share with us?
Well, I have a little bit of both. I have my husband here with me, Lance McElreath, and a family friend, and Ginger Bossy, and her daughter, Tori, is married to my son, Sam. And Sam actually played baseball here at Blinn too, so I have been part of the Blinn family for many, many years. So now it's time to spend a little more time with the McElreath family. But I also would like to say, I just had such a wonderful group of people that I was able to work with Vicki Ward and Carol and Christine and my coworkers, Richard and Lillian and Mike and Jack. And you're not really a good coworker if you don't have good coworkers, but I had just the greatest people to work with. So my Blinn family I will miss. Thank you.
Your Blinn family is going to miss you. Let's take a photo together, and then we'll have your husband and Ginger come on up in just a moment, and we'll take one with you all as well.
All right, I'll count to 3, and 1, 2, 3. And just one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Come on up. Coach and Ginger. Ginger every year hosts our coaches reception every year at her house, and she and Kevin are just such great supporters of our athletic program. We thank you so very much for everything that you do. All right, tighten up a little here.
All right, I'll count to 3, and 1, 2, 3. And just one more time. 1, 2, 3. Thanks.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Harry. So proud of you. Congratulations to our retirees. We thank you again for 39 years of service to Blinn College. And we thank the FutureWorks participants for being here this morning. And you do not have to stay for the rest of the meeting, but you're welcome to. Part of their learning opportunity is to see how a Board of Trustees functions for Blinn College. So we welcome the opportunity for you to stay. And with that, I wish everyone the happiest of New Year's. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful for this wonderful Board of Trustees. And this concludes my report for today. Chair Binky, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hensley. It was quite exciting. Next up on our reports will be the presentation of the financial statement package for the period ending December 31st, 2025. Dr. Burton.
Good morning, Chair Binky and trustees and Dr. Hensley. We're going to discuss the 2025 results, the results as of December 31st, 2025. That's just the 4th month of the year, or 33% of the year. The topics we'll cover are unrestricted cash and cash equivalents, revenues, expenditures, financial results, and then observations. Starting off with our operating cash, we have the $42.5 million in operating reserves, and we have $34 million available for new projects. In addition, we have funds set aside for existing projects and for R&R projects. Looking specifically at our capital projects underway, we have the Brenham Campus Chiller, the Brenham Sports Complex, and then the Waller Academic Building. Moving through December, our cash receipts were financial aid, payments from students, and refunds from students, and that totaled $10.4 million. We had cash received from others during other sources during December, and that totaled $1.8 million, including the last FAST payment for the summer of 2025. We got that in December. Looking at our expenditures, it was payroll, accounts payable, R&R projects, payments due to Servitas for a total of $9.5 million. Looking at the last 3 slides in summary, we had an increase of cash of $2.7 million, and we kept that cash in our operating account. Going on to revenues, looking at our state appropriations and tuition and auxiliary property taxes and interest, we have a $60 million at this point. Last year, this time, we had 58.7. Again, our total operating revenue is up 2% over last year. And then this is the 5-year trend, if you notice. If you look at the other, that's where the COVID money is coming off, and so that won't be there coming in future fiscal years. Looking at our state appropriations, we're at 35% at 33% of the year. This is under the accrual method. Our budget and tuition is at 45%, again at 33% of the year. Looking at our net tuition, we're down 4% from last year, but that is due to lab fees and general fee decrease because of the increase of FAST students and dual credit. We're not allowed to charge those. Coming forward, this is the trend with our tuition and fees. Looking at our housing, we're at 52% housing and food service. We're at 52% at 1/3 of the year. And this is really pleased. In fact, I asked Ms. Ward to check this twice, is that the auxiliary funds are up 17%. A lot of that has to do with food service and housing, and congratulations to the hard work that people did to get us there. And this does not include the January numbers, which are looking real positive. Coming forward, this is auxiliary trends. Coming forward with our expenditures, comparing this year to last year, we're up $400,000, but that's to be expected because of the pay raises that we were built into the budget. Our operating expenses are very consistent compared to last year. In fact, a 0% change. And then our total expenses are, this includes the bond payments, is up by 1%. Our financial results comparing last year to this year, we have $60 million in revenue at $48 million in expense, so we're adding almost $12 million to the bottom line at this point. Comparing last year's results with this year's results, you can see we're up by $977,000. Observations, our cash is healthy, our revenues are looking to exceed budget, our expenses are looking to be under budget, and overall we look to add money to the bottom line. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So our revenue, total revenue is up over last year, 1.3 million, but 1.5 of that is from the Waller workforce, is that correct?
That's correct, yes, sir. But now on the other side, just to point out, we will get additional auxiliary revenue, additional interest revenue, and additional property tax revenue that haven't made their way to our financial statements yet. So again, that's in good shape.
Okay, and we spent so far 200,000 out of them, that 1.5 million?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I ask a question? On state appropriations, we did not receive anything this January. And I know we talked, I believe, at the last meeting perhaps, Leighton, about how the funding method is still evolving. We had gone from receiving, I think initially an appropriation, and then in January they would have a dynamic adjustment, which I think we received at the beginning of January, or in January of last year. And then October came the dynamite adjustment, in other words, if they were going to take money away from us. And then I think we've gone now to 4 times a year where they're evaluating it. I guess, Leighton, what I'm asking for, is there an update on the appropriations method or anything that's coming through that we need to be aware of?
Thank you, Trustee Kettler. So trustees, remember there's 3 payments a year. The February payment, which are coming up soon, that's when they adjust it up. So if your results have outpaced your projections, you will get more money in February. The summer payment is a normal payment. The fall payment in October is when they will take money back if you do not reach your projections. So that's still the case on those 3. I will say this, the coordinating board just on Friday morning proposed new rules for the FAST program. Currently, the FAST program is not paid out on the same process as the House Bill 8 money is. What the coordinating board is projecting to do is make the payments of FAST 3 times a year projections based on the same timeline as the other House Bill 8 funding. So they're trying to get that more in line with what it is. On one hand, it's going to be, I think, a positive because you're going to get your projections that you normally do with the other House Bill 8 funding. Right now, we're getting none of that with FAST. We have no idea what we're going to get until the coordinating board and TEA pair up and give us those reports. Now they're going to give us the projections for the upcoming fiscal year versus our current model, and then also at the end of that year, you're going to see what your actual FAST numbers were compared to those projections. So they're going to line it up a little bit more with the House Bill 8 funding. I think it's probably going to be better, so we can have a little more predictability in where that's going to come from. So that's really the only major change on those type of fundings.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Moving on to the consent items. All items listed in this portion of the agenda are considered to be routine by the Board of Trustees and will be acted upon in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a trustee so requests, in which event the item will be removed from consent and considered in discussion and possible action. Trustees receive agenda materials in advance of the meeting to prepare for the business to be conducted. The only item is the approval of the minutes for the December 4th, 2025 regular meeting. Could I have a motion?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve the consent items. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The consent items are approved. Moving to number 6, the discussion and possible action items. Item A, authorization for administration to negotiate and execute contracts for furniture and equipment for the Blinn Waller Workforce and Technical Education Complex. Dr. Burton?
Go ahead and introduce Mr. Feldhage.
Okay.
Good morning, Chair Benke, members of the board, Dr. Hensley. It's a pleasure to be with you again, continuing our wonderful Waller Workforce and Technical Education project. Today we bring before you a request that the board authorize administration to negotiate and execute contracts with Workplace Solutions, Inc. for the purchase of classroom and lab furniture, as well as Johnson Supply for the purchase of specialty lab equipment at the Blinn Waller Workforce and Technical Education Complex. At the June 2025 board meeting, June 17th, 2025 board meeting, the board authorized the administration to negotiate and execute the necessary agreements to facilitate this new facility, which included the $200,000, I believe, that was discussed earlier. In total, the amount approved was $1.661 million. So we are moving forward on that. Board policy CF Legal allows for the use of pre-approved procurement lists through an interlocal contract with state for certain purchases valued at or above $100,000. Using this process, the college solicited proposals and received proposals from Workplace Solutions for this classroom and lab furniture, as well as Johnson Supply for the HVAC training equipment. Based on these proposals, the administration recommends that the board authorize the administration to negotiate and execute contracts with Workplace Solutions for $221,287 for the classroom, lab, and ancillary furniture, as well as Johnson Supply for $109,800 for HVAC training equipment for the Blinn Waller Workforce and Technical Education Complex. The approval of this will keep us on track to begin those classes, as Dr. Hensley discussed earlier. Funds for this are available from that FY26 operating budget. So with that, I will stand for any questions.
So with the proposals, we only received the one for each item?
Yes, ma'am. The Workplace Solutions is the same company that we brought before you for the office furniture, so it makes sense to keep all that in-house. We needed to get the office furniture going sooner. It takes longer to produce that. So, yes, and Johnson Supply is, I believe, a historical vendor that provides the same equipment for the HVAC in the training area.
Sounds like that would be good. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Will this wrap up the furniture, fixture, and equipment for the building, Mark? Is the rest?
This should wrap up the furniture portion. I believe we've purchased all the furniture that will come in front of the board. The training equipment, I believe this should be all of the instructional equipment that we think we'll bring before the board. We are working through with some academic technology equipment. We're not quite sure the exact dollar threshold. It is possible that we could bring another agenda item before the board for structured cabling for data systems or for AV equipment. We're still working through those final quotes.
Thank you. I'm excited for this building to go.
Thank you.
Dr. Krausen has made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Reverend Wells. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have no other business on our agenda. May I please have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned at 11:01. Thank you.